Okay, so the thing that we're going to work on today is we're going to work on the counter-argument / rebuttal paragraph. Now, a couple things you need to have. You need to have open the slides. You need to have open the document that you're actually going to be typing on, and you need to have your brainstorm open. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the slides. And I'm going to split screen just to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so here is the steps of the counter-argument paragraph. So these are the things that you need to have. You first need to have a counter-argument. Why does the opposition, right, the person who's opposite from you, counter means opposite, the person who is opposite from you, why do they disagree with you? You're giving me a reason. And then the rebuttal is the most important part. Why are they still wrong? Then you're going to cite and clarify your evidence. Here is the, so you're giving a reason of why they're still wrong, and then you're telling me where you found that evidence and clarifying how that evidence supports your rebuttal. Okay? So, first thing that we need to do is we are going to do the counter argument. Okay? So, in your essay, you must acknowledge the other side. So this is the sentence. This sentence should be the opposite of what you believe. So we're going to put here, copy and paste this. Some may believe that injustice against Indigenous people is motivated by blank because blank. So if I am arguing for bias, that means that here I need to put financial gain. The opposite. If I am arguing for financial gain, then here I need to put bias. So in my example essay, I've been putting bias. So that means I need to put the opposite, which is financial gain. And then I need to give a reason of why someone would think that it was financial gain. Okay? So go ahead and stop. Oh, and if you're like, but miss, where do I get that reason from? I'm so glad you asked. You're going to get it from your brainstorm because you did both sides, or you're supposed to do both sides. So the stuff on this side, I'm using for my claims, for my evidence. But you should also have reasons that go against you. So what are some of the reasons that someone would support the other side? And that is what you're putting here. You're not quoting. I want to clarify. You are not quoting in this section. You're writing something down from this brainstorm, which should have been in your own words. Okay? That's where you were getting it from. So I want you to go ahead and pause this video so that you can do that section now. Okay. Once you're done with the counter argument, we're going to move on to the rebuttal. However, this is incorrect because, bam. So I'm going to go ahead and paste. However, this is incorrect because why are they wrong? So remember, a good rebuttal directly addresses the counter argument. So if you're saying that some people might think, right, some might believe that injustice against Indigenous people is motivated by financial gain because Spain wanted native land. Cool. However, this is incorrect because why? Why is that wrong? Why should they still agree with you? Your counter or your rebuttal should directly address what the counter argument is. Why is that wrong? So I can say, however, this is incorrect because what Spain really wanted was da-da-da-da-da. Whatever it is that I'm trying to argue. So we're going to stop. And I want you to do that right now. The however should also be the third reason in your thesis statement. Okay, because that's a reason that supports you. So hopefully your last reason shows why a counter argument is wrong for the other side. I hope that makes sense. If not, just pause this video and ask me for help. This might be difficult. It's okay. I do want you to struggle a little bit first. Like struggle on your own a little bit. I want you to try and figure it out. And if this is still too confusing, then you can go ahead and raise your hand. Okay? All right. So go ahead and pause. Do it now. Okie doke. So now that we have the rebuttal, now I need to prove that. So if I said, however, this is incorrect because what Spain really cared about was getting people to convert to Catholicism. Okay. How do I know that? Where does it say that? How do I have this? Where do I have this evidence? So I'm going to go ahead and highlight and place that here. According to paragraph blank and source blank, it states blank. So again, we're looking at our evidence tracker. That's where we're finding our information. You're going to go ahead and write down your quote there, making sure that you cite it. Don't forget to leave the quotation marks because we need that if we're quoting. Okay, so go ahead and pause. Go cite your textual evidence right now. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to clarify that evidence. So just like this part is the same as the other two paragraphs, right? You were putting quotes, you were putting in evidence, and you were explaining how your evidence supports your claim. Same thing. Okay? You're going to copy that and paste that in there. And a reminder, all of this evidence should support your rebuttal. It is not supporting the counter argument. Because this is the stuff that's against you. This is the people that disagree with you. Okay? So all of this evidence should be supporting the rebuttal. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and stop, pause, do this part right now. Okay. And then the last thing that we do is, again, we cite textual evidence. I'm going to pop that here. Paste. What's the other piece of evidence that supports your rebuttal? Go ahead and pause. Do that now. And then finally, you need to clarify, how does this evidence support your rebuttal? And how does this evidence prove that these people are wrong? Again, your blue should be a lot longer than your green. If you've got a lot of green, that means that you have a lot to explain. If you've got a long quote, you've got a lot to explain. So your blue should be longer. Your clarify should be longer. Okay? So go ahead and pause. Do that now. Okay, coming back. Our final product should look like this. We should have the counter argument, then the rebuttal, cite, clarify, and then we need to check spelling and grammar. Okay? So if I look here, I've got my counter argument, my rebuttal, cite, clarify. Cool, looks good. Just to double check. Oh my God, that's what it should look like. Wow. That's what mine looks like. Nice. So final thing, I'm going to make sure that I spell check. Oh, let's change that in paragraph. Blank. All right, cool. And now I'm all done. Now I can go ahead and turn this in. So I can go back to Google Classroom and go ahead and turn in this assignment. Turn it in. And there we go. That's it. We're done with that.